Okay, hello. So I've been trying to work around this particular question for like an hour now. So I think finally I came up with a solution, and I think it's best I use this video to explain what I came up with. So the first thing is that since you are trying to identify contacts who have more than two deals in a particular pipeline, and then you're trying to make sure that to set the newest deal into another pipeline. I think the first step you have to take is we have to find another identifier, which is going to be a property as well. So what I did was to come into HubSpot. I created a new property, a G property actually. So I added a new deal property that I called the check deal create date, a dupe. So it's going to be a duplicate actually. So what this property is going to do for me, if I show you this property, it's a date picker. So what I wanted this thing to do for me is that whenever any deal is created, I will have to have one of your workflows that is already on. So you want to copy the create date of that deal into this particular property that I just created. You understand? So let's come to the workflow now. So this is the workflow, and based on what you have said, let's say this is the specific pipeline that you are trying to figure out how many contacts have duplicate deals in that pipeline. So I've set my triggers to be that this is the pipeline, is that specific pipeline, and the create date of that deal. This is a deal based workflow, and these are some deal based triggers. You understand? So this is the pipeline. So that's your specific pipeline is going to be here. Then I have selected that the create date is known. And the last thing that I have here on the list is that the number of associated deals from the contact in that deal is greater than one. You understand? So after this, the next thing we're going to do is to please don't forget that you have to first of all copy. So if I come here and I click on copy property value, so what I want to do is that I want to copy the deal create date of the particular deal. That's whenever you create any deal, you can have another workflow or a separate workflow for that. So I want it to copy to that particular property that I created to this. You can include this in this workflow. You can also have this in another workflow based on what you want. But if I wanted it to be in this workflow, I will have to set a delay so that I can allow HubSpot to actually work through that property very well. So let me say I'm going to leave it for 1 hour. And that is if I want to include that thing in this workflow. Now, after that one, what I want to do, I want to use the if else properties. And now I want to separate the old deals from the new deals. And how do I note that? I've had my first branch to be old deals. And what did I do? I only have to use the property, the create date. So I came here, I search for the create date of the old deal. Don't forget, I've had something copied and I made sure that it is before. So it's going to be before another property. Which property? The one I created, this guy. So update filter. Why for my new deal is the same process. But what I'm going to do is that the create date of this new deal is going to be after this property that I created in HubSpot, my custom deal property, the check deal create date do. So I update it. Now I save my if and else. So I can use that to find my way or to play around this particular guy. So if it's a new deal, that means that all the deals, if the create date, I have copied the create date with a workflow into this new property that I've created. So it means that if a create date is before this property, then that deal is an old deal. And then if it is after this property, that means that the particular deal is a new deal. Then I can use that to decide, okay, if I want to now set the new deal, what you want to do is to set the property value, and which property value target object is due. Choose a property. So I want to set the pipeline to the pipeline and stage. So select the new pipeline. I have this current pipeline to be rental pipeline. So I'm going to choose a new pipeline called the boat club, and then I'm going to just select a random stage here called the contacted us. So please play around this, but don't forget the steps. You have to first come and create a custom property that's going to be a deal property, a date picker. Then you want to also copy the create date of those deals into that property. Then you can now use it to filter it. So let me know if this helps. Thank you.